Today I'll be reviewing the Code Geass, Lelouch of the Resurrection movie. I was so excited when I heard this movie was being made. After all these years, we finally get to see Lelouch again, and we get the answer to what could have happened to the ending of the anime series. People kept coming up with theories on if Lelouch survived or not during the final episode of the anime series. This movie finally gives information on what could have happened. Now, of course, I'm saying the word could, because this movie is not a canon sequel to the anime series. But regardless, it was an interesting what-if scenario. This movie was a sequel to the compilation movie series. You don't need to watch the movie series, but you do need to look up one major difference between the compilation movie series and the anime series, so that you don't get confused by his movie. In this movie, Lelouch appears alive and well, at least physically that is, but his mind is a whole different story. C2 is now trying to help restore Lelouch to his former self. In the meantime, there is a brand new villain that appears, and she has a powerful Geass that seems unbeatable. As a fan of the anime series, it was great seeing all these likable characters once again. It was so entertaining seeing them react to Lelouch being alive. The scene just felt so emotional and enjoyable to watch. I just want to hear more of these characters catching up and talking about their lives. It was of course amazing to see Lelouch once again act confident, and come up with great strategies to confuse and outsmart his opponents. It was intriguing to see how he would defeat a villain who has such a broken and overpowered ability. Now, of course, people will say there are certain ways to defeat that villain, but considering Lelouch had no idea what Geass that villain had, it was a miracle he survived long enough to figure it out. One problem with this movie being made is that it does make Lelouch's sacrifice feel wasted, since war and conflict broke out so soon after his sacrifice. It makes his sacrifice in the anime series feel kind of pointless now. It does kind of ruin the anime ending, but considering this movie is not canon to the anime series, I was fine with it. This movie obviously didn't have an amazing plot, but that's fine because this movie is more for the fans. It's giving the fans a chance to see their favorite characters once again, and certainly did not disappoint. The moments of Lelouch's friends seeing him alive once again were very memorable, and something you won't forget. The only notable brand new characters in this movie were the two villains, but I just didn't find them entertaining to watch. Their motivation for doing terrible things was boring and cliche. The way they acted wasn't anything entertaining. I was more annoyed with them. The music throughout this movie was great. It really helped make certain moments feel more impactful. I really liked that the anime studio kept the same animation style that was used in the anime series. The animation looked great throughout the movie. This wasn't the greatest movie ever, but it was just enough seeing these characters, especially Lelouch, once again. I found the villain's personalities to be boring, but at least the female villain had a cool Geass power. I give this movie a 8 out of 10.